welcome back to my channel. So today I was asked if I could make a vegan birthday cake. I know absolutely nothing about vegan, so I had to do a little research for this one. I had to figure out if I had the ingredients or not, if I had to run to the store. Yes, I had to run to the store. So making a vegan birthday cake, I can't use normal butter, eggs, or milk. So my substitutes for those, I decided to do applesauce, a coconut milk, some almond milk, and vegan butter. Yes, there is. There is actual butter that says vegan right on it. Made it much easier when I was at the store trying to find it. So today I found a recipe that has all of those ingredients in it, and I am going to try doing that. I am going to make this vegan birthday cake today, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So let's get going and start baking this cake.
My first step is to get the buttermilk ready. So I'm using 4 cups of a almond coconut blend of milk, and I'm adding 3 tablespoons of fresh squeezed lemon juice to it. Then I'm just gonna give it a quick mix, and I'm gonna set it aside until I'm ready for it. My next step is getting the dry ingredients ready. So I am gonna be adding 6 cups of flour to my mixer bowl. I'm also going to add 2 2/3 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of salt. And then I'm just going to give that all a mix, and then we're going to add our wet ingredients. I'm now ready to add our wet ingredients into the dry ingredients. So I am adding 1.5 cups of unsweetened, unflavored applesauce to it. I'm also going to add our 4 cups of almond milk, or buttermilk, into our dry ingredients as well, and I'm going to let that mix until it's all well combined. Now that all of our ingredients are mixed together, I'm going to add in our flavoring. So instead of using vanilla, I'm going to use almond extract, and I'm using it because it's a little bit stronger. I'm only going to put in about maybe half a teaspoon because it is so much stronger than vanilla. Just going to gently mix it all in, and then we're ready to pour our cake batter into our pans. So to grease and flour my pans, I couldn't use regular butter, so what I used was an avocado spray, and then I floured it on top of that, and it worked really well. So we'll see how the cake comes out. Hopefully it doesn't stick. This recipe was enough to do 4 cake layers, and I had just a little bit left over to make a tiny little, like, I don't know, maybe a 2 to 4 inch little cake, just so that I could have a little sample for on the side. Alright, so my oven is preheated to 350 Fahrenheit. What I'm going to do next is just tap down each cake pan, give it a little swirl. This just helps prevent it from rising too much and forming that like dome on top of the cake. And so far I've had really good luck doing this, so I'm going to keep doing it until it fails me one day. So tap them all down, swirl them around gently, and pop them into the oven, probably for about a half hour or until a toothpick comes out clean. So the tapping and swirling seems to have worked pretty well. These are really flat, they look great, so now I'm going to let them cool completely and pop them in the freezer. With the cakes in the freezer, I'm now ready to make the frosting so I can start putting it all together. So I'm using Earth Balance, it's a vegan butter. I'm going to use the whole package, so 2 cups of butter. I'm going to get it all put into my mixer bowl, and I'm also going to add in just a hint of almond extract and start mixing that until it is all creamy. I'm also going to be adding a couple tablespoons of this coconut cream. I picked this instead of coconut milk, just, I don't know, out of curiosity, really, I guess. I've never used this before. I had no idea what to expect, but it makes me kind of think of shortening. But once it's mixed in a bowl, it is so smooth, it's very creamy, and it is really sweet tasting. So I'm now ready to start putting in some of the coconut cream into the butter and our icing sugar. So I probably used 1.5 pounds of icing sugar, so like a full bag and then another half of one. Honestly, I didn't keep track because I just kept adding it until I got it to a consistency that I was happy with and that was workable for me. I found this type of butter was kind of hard to work with because I couldn't add an egg white to help stiffen it. It just doesn't hold up quite the same way as using regular butter or a little bit of shortening in it. Anyway, I'm gonna make this work and we'll see how it all turns out. Making this vegan cake, I had a lot of learning to do and I had to be a little inventive, so I found out sprinkles are not vegan. So I had to come up with a little something else. So what I'm gonna do is use sweetened coconut flakes and food coloring, and I am gonna make my own sprinkles. Hopefully it turns out. I'm almost ready to start putting the cake together. First, I'm gonna take a couple spoonfuls of the icing and I'm gonna add some cocoa powder to it so I can make some chocolate icing to put between one of the layers of the cake. All right, I'm ready to put this cake together. So my first layer is already on my cake plate. I'm putting little pieces of parchment paper underneath the edges so that it keeps the plate clean, and when I'm ready I can just pull them out and it'll stay nice and tidy. So next I am going to start layering my cake and putting the frosting in between each layer. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to put on some nice music for you guys to enjoy while I finish building this cake and you guys can watch it all come together.
You left for the road, then you came back home. Why'd you let me go? When all I have, you know. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. Time they say will heal, but only if you're still Heading up the west coast in the morning to find a place where no one knows our faces or our names. If we don't leave now, we might never make it out alive. Plans are changing, rearranging all the time. So come away with me, let's break free. We could fall asleep where the land and ocean meet. Wake up to the sounds of no one around. And as the sun comes up, the glow will show us where we need to go. All this waiting so frustrating, let's just drive. So come away with me, let's break free.
Wow, you guys. I can't say more than that. Wow. This turned out beautifully. And I really hope the person it's for is gonna love it. Now I did make just a tiny little cake so that I could try it since I can't cut this. Just a second. So I made just a little one. I put some icing on it, some of the little coconut confetti. So the cake itself, I found it to be a little spongy. Flavor-wise, it's excellent. It's a little spongy, and it's very dense. It is a very, very dense cake, so this thing is really heavy. But flavor-wise, I think it's fantastic. The icing is also really good. It has a bit of a weird taste because of the vegan butter. It's not the same as regular butter, but it's not for me. It's for someone else, and they are vegan, so I am so happy, and I'm so glad they asked me to make it for them. So, remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and the notification bell. And I also have a TikTok account and Instagram and Facebook, so make sure you go and check all those out as well. And I will see you for whatever I make next. Sorry for all the cake videos. I promise I'll do something different. All right, see you guys. Thanks for watching.